Hi. So, I got to go out today, and so I got all dressed up, and I thought it would be a good time to make another video. So this time, we're still talking about adoption, so I wanted to talk about adoption as children are growing up, mainly I'd say in their teenage years, and I'm not going to try to make this too personal because that's not the point, but perhaps to make you consider, as being the parent or the family member or someone involved with somebody who is adopted, that the natural inclination for an adopted person is to attribute everything bad that happens to them as a part of their adoption. Like, oh, that person didn't want to be friends with me, it must be because I was adopted. You know, that's just what's in store for me. Or there's a certain fear like, oh, maybe there's just something about me that my mother or father or family, however the relinquishment happened, saw that I can't see, and what if other people see it? And so it's kind of this double blind. I mean, children don't really understand why they're relinquished and put up for adoption, and of course in that developmental stage, your world is just you, and everything revolves around it, you know, hypothetically speaking. So if the world revolves around you, then of course you caused everything that happened. And in an isolated situation with just me, myself, and I, yeah, as a child, I might say, yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that, and that's what makes sense to me. But we all learn as we get older that no, there's a lot going into everything that we experience from moment to moment, from our environment, from how we're feeling, from our interactions with other people. And so if you're dealing with a adoptee that feels really down, and it might be very likely that they're thinking, oh, well, this is just part of me being adopted because I'm one of those people that aren't wanted or are not acceptable. And of course that's not true. But I mean, even I still feel tempted to feel that way. But I said tempted because it's really a choice. I mean, we do have that urge to, because everybody wants to feel like they belong. But then, of course, when you're adopted, some part of you tells you that you don't belong. Either you didn't belong where you started, or you don't belong here, or you don't belong anywhere. And so, yeah, it's all connected. It's a little bit complicated and complex, but just be there to tell the adoptee, that's a part of your life, but it doesn't dictate everything. That there's a lot that they can look forward to. There's a lot of good things that will happen to them. And there will be more bad things that will happen, but it's not necessarily going to be because that's what their life is meant to be. And in a lot of ways, it could apply to anybody, but especially for the adoptee, it's just so frightening to think that you are the problem wherever you are. And I think that's the easy thing for adoptees to assume. Oh, if I just wasn't adopted, these people wouldn't feel like I was so needy. Or if I wasn't adopted, these people would probably like me better or see me as more desirable. And I think the reasoning for that is just they want to understand. And they don't get the benefit of all the information. And on top of that, a lot of children don't know how to access all the information. So yeah, just all that put together, I really want to believe that whatever happens to us happens for a reason, but that it's not necessarily connected to being adopted. And yeah, it's always good to challenge what we think once in a while, because sometimes our thoughts are unhealthy and sometimes our brains really need to be put in check. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. And if there are any things that you are wondering as far as maybe something that I could share my perspective on, go ahead and answer or comment, what you're interested in. Right now I'm just kind of going off what I think you guys might be resonating with, but it's always better to go off of what everybody else knows they want. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.